I'm the director of the Children's Rights Center at Drake University Law School. Just started that position. I practiced law for 23 years. Some time ago, took a 6-year hiatus being director of the CASA program and the Foster Care Review Board program. Being director of the Children's Rights Center at Drake and supervising law students in juvenile court is to start really developing best practices so that when law students get out of school, they see it as their role to empower the children that they represent, the teens that they represent. And also to kind of start raising the bar for the quality of representation, even for those lawyers that have been practicing for a long time. I think there are a lot of issues, but one of them that, at least that I focus on in what I do, is that sometimes they feel like everybody else has a voice in what's happening in my life except me. That so often either their attorneys don't come and see them, don't talk to them, or they don't feel like they're welcome in court, that they don't have a role to play in developing their future, that judges, lawyers, social workers, everybody else decides what's going to happen in my future, but I don't get a voice in that either. And I think that's the biggest issue. I think sometimes judges and lawyers together don't think of young kids who are involved in court like anybody else that's involved in court, you know. As I say to young lawyers or even older lawyers, I say you wouldn't represent somebody in a car accident case, a juvenile, a criminal case, or any other kind of case and not meet them until the day of the hearing, right outside the courtroom. We need to educate the teens as to what their rights are, that they have a right to go to court if they want to go to court, they have a right to be heard, they have a right to have a lawyer that represents them fully, just like anybody else involved in the legal system. And I think that we really need to do a better job of making sure that teens who are involved in the juvenile court system have a clear understanding of what their rights are. The thing I think that causes the biggest problem is just that it's unknown. It's a foreign thing to them. They don't know what's going on. They don't know the rules. They don't know, you know, do they really want to hear what I have to say? And these are powerful people, well-educated people. They speak a language maybe I don't understand. And so I think the unknown is the biggest barrier that they have. And I think we can help them overcome that, you know, both by educating them, but also by educating the people who represent them to make sure that before hearings, they tell them what to expect, what's going to happen. If people use large legal terms or complicated legal phrases, that they translate for them just like you would for any adult who also wouldn't understand those types of things. And then after hearings are over with, to explain what happened so that they have a real clear understanding about what happened and where we go from here. I think sometimes we forget to really include young people in the planning of their own case. So we don't even recognize sometimes what is really important to them. Success for one young person could look very different than success for another. For some it may be adoption, for some it may be return home, some may be just living till they're age 20, you know. But I think the big common denominator is success means having some connection with some adult, some permanent connection or significant connection with some adult. And an attorney has an opportunity to really make a difference in someone's life that will change their whole life forever. And I think it's the most fulfilling thing you can do in the practice of law, frankly.